Hi and welcome to another Deggers fishing video. I'm going to show you how I pop my car up and everything that I take with me for a typical overnight session. Right, first thing I put in is my barrow. This is my barrow. Barrow goes in first because that's heavy. Barrow wheel and barrow handles. Next thing I put in is my bed chair. Right, the next thing that goes in is my bivvy. And in the gap between my bivvy and my bed chair, I put my jackets. Always want to make sure when you're on an overnight that you've got enough clothes to keep warm. There's nothing worse than being cold. So, clothes have gone in. Obviously I need a landing net. This is my sleeping bag, but it's also a bucket. The bucket doubles up as a toilet. Next is my rucksack. So in here I've got all my fishing bits and pieces. I've got my cameras, my filming stuff, my hats, everything. All my bits and pieces are in my rucksack. This is my unhooking mat. So obviously when we catch fish we need somewhere safe to put them. Pair of boots, again keep your feet dry and warm. This is my bait, so in here is all my boilies and bits and pieces for the bait. This is my food and drink. I've got my jet boils, I've got water, I've got pop, and I've got lots of food. Fishing rods, obviously, very important. You won't go fishing without your rods. This is my spod rod, so I use this for my Deeper Pro Plus, or for spodding, but more for my deeper. And finally my tripod. Don't know whether I'm going to use it, depends on the swim. I might use bank sticks, I might use the tripod, but I'll take it with me anyway. So that's it. Car fairly full. Everything that I need for my overnight session. Right, I'm going to go put my fishing uniform on and head off to the river. Catch you later. God, that was hard work. Hi, welcome to another Deggers fishing video. It's now middle of October. We had the first frost that I've seen anyway yesterday morning. Temperature's not too bad today, but we've had quite a lot of rain. And the river's got at least a couple of feet on it, I would say. So I've just arrived, it's about 4 o'clock. I'm going to get myself set up. And once I'm sorted, I'll show you the peg and how we're going to attempt to fish it today. Catch you later. Hi, so I'm all set up now. I'm on the River Severn. I said the river's carrying at least a couple of extra feet of water and it's quite coloured. we have had quite a bit of rain recently. The rivers have been going up and down quite a lot. It's on its way down at the moment, so hopefully there won't be too much dead debris or anything coming down. So I'll show you the swim. And this is my swim. The river sort of comes round a bend, so the main flow is sort of on that far side really. Now there's a decent depth here. I haven't put my deeper through because I have fished here before. This has been on a video before. There's a good 6 foot out there, and today there'll be even more, so we're fine. And then, so this right hand rod is over in the main flow over here. So that's why that one's bent. If you can see it on the video, that one's bent over. There's quite a bit of pressure on that one. That's got a 4 ounce lead on it and an 18mm boilie. The other rod is in the slacker water, so I'm hoping I'm sort of covering both bases really. So this rod doesn't have the pressure on it, and the water sort of on this inside is not going through at the same pace. So I'm hoping if there's any barbel moving in the faster water, then obviously the right hand rod might pick them up. Any barbel sneaking round in this shallower and sort of not so fast water might get picked up by the inside rod. This one at the moment's got like a Frankfurter pellet topped off with half a boilie on it. So yeah, so we're all set up now. It's about 5 o'clock. Bivvy's all set up, we're all ready. So yeah, all we need to do now is hopefully catch a few barbel. Catch you later. Oh, well, no fish so far, but I've only been fishing about half an hour, so no big surprise there. And I've not managed to get a video out for at least a couple of months now, and that's basically because I've not been fishing that much, and then the few times I did go out I didn't do very well. I had a family holiday and I went away for a weekend for a mate's big birthday and a few family things, so yeah, fishing time unfortunately has been pretty limited. I did manage to go out on the River Severn early September, but caught, I think it was about half a dozen bream and a couple of chub, but no barbel. I then fished on a Barbel Society fishing day, which was actually on this stretch of water, and quite a few barbel came out. I think there was about a dozen barbel and I think 4 doubles. Unfortunately, none of them came to me. My excuse is I turned up last, so all the decent pegs had gone. I ended up fishing a peg I'd never even give a second look at, to be honest, and I wouldn't normally fish, but that's my excuse anyway. I also fished the River Derwent recently, and again had bream and chub, including the chub just over £5, but unfortunately no barbel. So yeah, that's why there's not been a video for a while. I haven't caught anything worth sharing, to be honest. Now it is middle of October. Temperature today, I think max is about 13 degrees. It's probably not even that now. It's starting to feel a bit chilly, and tonight it goes down to 5, so it's going to be a bit nippy later. But with the extra water on and the water coming down and the colour, I'm hopeful that we might get a barbel or 2 today. You never know. EU dares and all that. At least I'm out on the bank giving it a go, so we'll see. Hopefully a bit later, maybe when it goes dark, we might see a fish or 2. Well, it's just coming up to sunset now, so I'm just going to recast the isotopes on the rods and everything. I've actually got me 2.5 test curve rods rather than me 1.7, just because I thought I'll be using slightly heavier leads. I just wanted the extra oomph really. So this has got a Frankfurter pellet on, but it's tipped off with a boilie PVA bag, but the PVA bag's on the lead rather than the hook, just because of the flow on the water. And this one's got a 3 ounce lead. So we'll get this one out. This one's not going quite as far. This one's gonna hopefully just stay in the water that's a bit slower. As we can see, we've got the water coming round there, and it's sort of along that far side. Now I have put the other rod over the far side, but it's struggling to hold, and there's quite a bit of debris gathering, so I'm not going to put the other one quite as far out as I originally planned to. Same setup, different boilie, PVA bag. That PVA bag's been soaked. So this one's going to go out sort of in the middle rather than towards the far side. Like I said, it's a bit too fast over that far side, so more middle. Okay, that's it, both rods out, almost sunset, so hopefully fishes might come out to play. We might have something on this one. Doesn't feel very big. In fact, it's not even on the end. Okay. Well, there was definitely something on initially, but it was probably a bream or something. Oh well. Let's get it back out. I'm pretty sure this is a barbel. Fighting right to the end. Oh, wow. Wow. Definitely wasn't keen to come in. Definitely was not keen. There it is. Oh, straight in that net. Get in. No, you're joking. No. Oh my word. We have another fish on. Now this one's coming in a bit easier, so I'd imagine this one might be a bream or a chub. Maybe not a bream, but oh, that one's a bream. Oh. Just what you don't really want, isn't it? Right, So we've now got a bream and a barbel in that net, so we need to get that sorted, and I'll come back to you in a minute. Right, well here's that barbel. Not quite a double, I thought it was, but it's not. It's £9.12, but still nice fish, particularly under the conditions with the flooded water and everything. But that's shot off, and then I had a bream at the same time. I put the bream straight back. Don't know what that was, £3 or £4, but yeah, bream's gone straight back. But right, let's get it back then. Right, here's that fish. Not quite a double, unfortunately. Right, here's that barbel. There he is. Not quite a double. There we go. Right, well it's midnight now, so I've had just the one bream and the one barbel. There's been quite a lot of activity on the downstream rod. I think there's probably been a few bream in the area. I've had quite a few pings and knocks and bleeps, but no other proper bites anyway. So just the two fish so far. Still got a good few hours of darkness left yet, so hopefully we might see one or two more fish. But it's gone fairly quiet for now, so hopefully might catch you a bit later with another fish. We have hopefully a nice surprise this morning. Not wanting to come and join us. Spicing well, as they do. It's right here underneath my bank. Right at the net. In it goes. In it goes. Oh, a nice morning wake up. Nice barbel. Right, here's that barbel. £8.7. Not a monster, but still very welcome. Very welcome indeed. A nice morning fish. In fact, it's got no eye on this side. I don't know if you can see that. Look, there's no eye. He's lost his eye. Anyway, let's get it back. Right, see that fish all rested up. A nice rest now. Let's get the nose up. Yeah, there it goes. Off it goes. Thanks for popping in. Morning. Just finishing off my coffee. So, 2 barbel in the end and 1 bream. So, you know, not a red letter day, but still, with the conditions, not bad. I mean, the river is about 1 metre up, so it's carrying an extra 3 foot of water. It's obviously pretty brown and going through. A lot of rain in the week, so it's probably quite cold as well. Ironically, not many bites, and yet the bream and the first barbel came together. So hooked the barbel just as I landed that. What was it, 9:12? The other rod went, and that was a bream. Didn't weigh the bream, just put the bream straight back. It's probably about 4 poundish. It was pretty quiet. I get the odd knock. I think there was some bream on where the downstream rod was, so every now and then that would knock a bit, but then nothing until this morning when the downstream rod did go off with the second barbel. It was a 8.7. I put up a good fight as well for an 8.7, that did. So all in all, pretty happy. It was quite a noisy night. There was owls hooting to each other, and then I think it was about midnight, I was just recasting. I could see all these eyes on the far bank. There was a whole herd of deer, and then the male deer were doing their, I'm not sure what you call it, roaring, grunting, sounding like a loud grunt. And then earlier this morning, it sounded like the female deer were talking. And I think one was on this side at the bank. There must be some on this side as well, because it sounded like it was really close to my bivvy. So yeah, a noisy old night. Some swans came through as well. One of them caught my line. So yeah, lots of wildlife, but still 2 barbel, so relatively happy. It was cold as well. It was down to about 4 or 5 degrees. But that's the way it is, I guess, in October. So right, I've finished packing up now. Actually, everything's packed away, so I'm going to head off home. So if you enjoy the videos, maybe subscribe. See you again soon.